So the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5 has just came out, so let me go and give you a quick breakdown on exactly how to use this phone. It's a beautiful device, it's going to last for a very long amount of time, and I'm very excited that you were to basically bought a phone like this with such crazy technology like its foldable display. Now, I'm going to give you a quick breakdown if you haven't used any of these flipping phones, they're very cool. Starting off with the front, it is a little bit of a different design this year. So now we have this display that kind of edges out on some models, which is pretty cool. So you do have this cover display, which I think is a little bit cooler than previous models. So you can go ahead and basically come into this display just like this. You can swipe around, so it already kind of gives you a quick breakdown of exactly how to use this as you're kind of going through. But essentially you can go ahead and swipe up, so it says touch and hold the lock screen, whatever. You can change the cover display, you can move things around. You can basically go through this cover display as you normally would, which is pretty cool. And I'll allow each and individual one of you to kind of customize this however you want to. But essentially, you're not probably going to be using this cover display too much, but it's still super cool that you do have a display like this. That way you can actually go and kind of, still have access to certain things within your device while you're still using it, while it's still folded in that specific standpoint. On the left side, you basically have this antenna band right here, as well as your SIM card slot. So if you want to go ahead and actually change out your SIM card slot right now, all you're going to have to do is go ahead and essentially take your SIM card eject tool, which should be in the box of your phone. You can go ahead and insert it within the hole, within that little hole right here, within the side, and you can go ahead and insert it just like so. And you can go ahead and actually take out your SIM card tray just like this, and you can insert your nano SIM card if you want to. If you want to insert your SIM card, you probably should. And that's pretty much all you're going to have to do. From there, you can insert it back in, and then your phone is ready to go. And by the time you're done watching this video, your SIM card should be working and everything like that. Within a 2-second period, it should be working. Now, on the top, there's nothing except for the Samsung logo, which looks pretty cool. On the other side, you have your wake button, you have your power button right here, as well as your volume up and down button. You have another flat side. On the bottom, you have your USB-C port with a speaker grill, as well as 2 microphones or 3 microphones, it looks like. And on the back, we have nothing except this frosted glass back, which feels really nice. Some more other information here, as well as this IMEI and ID number. If you really want it, you can keep it. If not, you can just take it away. So that is basically it when it's folded. Now, when it's unfolded, or when it's in its standard mode, you will have a beautiful, big, massive display. Now, this is a 120 Hz panel, which looks very nice, and I'm a big fan of this display as well. Now, as soon as you actually load it up, you'll get into your standard lock screen. So at the very top, you should see, hardware-wise, a speaker grill. You have your camera grill, you have your camera hole punch cut out right here, and you have this little crease around the side. Now, this crease you get used to, you can kind of see it if I hold it at some angles, but if I turn on the display, it kind of goes away, especially when you're looking at it. So it's really not that big of a deal in my opinion. Now, on the lock screen, you basically have your standard time right here. You have your date, you have the day that it is right here as well, and then you'll have notifications that come up right here. At the very top of the status bar, you have your SIM card information, you have some other information here like your battery percentage and whatnot. At the very bottom, you have your phone call option and your camera option. You are able to edit these. In fact, if you want to, you can just hold down on the lock screen like this, just like how I did it, and you can go and edit up your lock screen, which is actually pretty cool. In this case, we'll just go and skip out of it, and in order to actually hop out, you can just click the back button that's at the very bottom right here to basically go back. And what you can do here is you can swipe up to basically come into your home screen. Now, if you have a passcode set up or something, you'll have to insert that first. Now, when you actually unlock your phone, it's coming to basically a similar panel as we had before. You see your standard information up here, your camera, you have your home screen. So a big thing to keep in mind with your home screen is that it is kind of a little bit similar to every other Android phone. It is exactly similar to every other Android phone out there. You have your widgets that you can go ahead and see. You can move these widgets around if you really want to. You can go and increase the size of certain ones as well. So if you want to increase the size of a widget, you can just make it bigger or smaller. Completely depends on your preference. These applications here are also, you can modify these as well. The dock applications are there. So if I go ahead and move my Google Meet application to a different home screen, just like how I did it here, you can swipe between your pages just like this, but the dock always stays consistent. So that's probably something to keep in mind. If you want to go ahead and move the dock applications, you can always do that by holding down on the application like this. Let's just use Google Chrome for an example. You can move it around if you want to. That way that application is outside the dock. But some people prefer having applications in the dock like that because it does look a little bit nicer for some people. Now, if you want to delete an application or remove an application, you can hold down on that app like this, click remove, and that will remove the app. It won't delete it, but it will remove it from your home screen. Now, you can also swipe up from the bottom to see all the applications you have inside of your phone. So what you can do here is you can basically just scroll through all these other apps that we have here. So these are all the apps that you currently have on your device. Every single one is available here, and you can download more applications if you want to by hopping inside of your Google Play Store. So you should already have your account logged in, you should already have everything like that. And if you want to download certain applications, you can pretty much just go through and search up an app that you want to go ahead and download. So in this case, if I want to search up Temple Run, well, I can go ahead and load up Temple Run like this. I can go ahead and install this application if I want to. Now, if you want to go back to the previous page you were just in, you can click on the back button just like how I showed you earlier to get into the previous page. You can do the same thing with Temple Run 2, and you can install any application that you want to. There are endless, there's probably, I don't even know how many applications there are, probably millions at this point. So you can download all sorts of different applications. Some of the popular ones are things like Snapchat. So if you want to search up Snapchat, you can go and download this one. Instagram is another popular one. TikTok is very popular as well. Facebook too. So there's endless amounts of applications you can download, and you can kind of go from here to see which ones you want to download. Now, if you want to hop out, let's say you want to go back to your home screen, this middle button right here will take you back home. So you can click on the home button right there, and that will always take you back into your home screen no matter where you are. But also, if you want to get into your recents panel, which is basically the applications that you've recently just opened, you can tap on these three lines which are right here. So tap on those three lines, and that'll basically come into this panel. So these are all the applications that you've recently opened. So now what you can do is you can basically just find the application that you want to go and get back into. So if you want to go back into your gallery app, you can click right here. If you want to go back into your Play Store, you can click right here. And if you want to actually close out of applications, you don't really have to do it if you don't want to, but it's kind of a good practice to kind of get used to. You can swipe out of an application like this, and that will clear it from memory. Now, Android phones are really smart. You don't have to do that anymore. They'll automatically close out if you don't want to. But if an application you want to manually do it, if it's causing you issues or whatever, you can do that via that method, and that's another option that you actually have as well. Now, another big thing I want to show you beyond then, actually we'll wait for that. The basic applications that you have, like phone calls, you can make phone calls with the phone app. If you want to send text messages, you can do that via Google Messages. If you want to take photos or videos, you can do that via your photo camera application here too. But on top of that, a big thing that you may want to do is right under your settings application. So find the settings app. If you're ever running into any problems within settings or within any problem of your device, you can always click on that little search bar up here to actually search within that application. So you do have that type of capability right there. What I would also recommend doing is going through each individual settings option. So just kind of scrolling through and seeing each individual thing within your settings app. And you can basically see a bunch of different things within your specific phone. So there's apps, there's battery and device care, security and privacy, so many things. But what I would recommend doing is scrolling all the way down until you see software update. So when you get here, what you want to do is click on software update. And what I'd recommend doing here is clicking on the download and install button. This download and install button, what it's going to do is it's going to find the most recent update for your device, and it's going to download those specific applications down. So this is going to be something that's very, very good for, I would say, a majority of people out there. Because what this is going to do, it's going to download the latest update, it's going to install that latest update, and it's going to put you in a really good spot. That way you are basically in a, you're basically set for quite a bit of time, in my opinion. So updating your phone is very smart, and I would 1000% recommend doing that in your specific situation as well. So that is pretty much a quick breakdown on how to use your Flip. You can always close it and shut your phone down by just closing it like this, or you can just click the power button on the side and it'll basically do the same exact thing. So that basically covers it up. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that'll mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video.